Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be making a cover for my watch charger. It broke a while back and now I'm going to use 3D printing and 3D design to make a cover to replace the duct tape that I'm currently using. So I'm going to start this process by taking the measurements that I require. So here I'm taking the measurements of the width, and then I'll be taking the height as well as, of course, the length of the whole compartment. Okay, cool guys, so I've opened Fusion 360 and I'm going to basically, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sketch and then we can extrude and start forming our whole object. So you start by making a sketch, which you go to your top left, you can see it says create sketch. Choose a plane. I'm going to just choose the normal bottom plane. And now the measurements that we took, we're going to use those measurements and basically just draw out a square. And then I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, so right here now I have the wires, the wire, the adapter or the joining part between the USB and the wire, and then I have the USB part. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a wall around this shape so that I can actually have an enclosure for the whole USB system. Okay, cool. So now that I have the exterior walls, we can now finish the sketch. We just click the check mark. Now you can see we have the whole sketch, and that gives us all the outlines. So now what we can do, so now if you want to make this into an actual shape, we can first extrude the whole bottom plane. So this is just going to give us a floor basically. So if we just select all of our sections and then we click on extrude, and let's say you want it to be 1 millimeter thick, do that. So now we have that. So what we're going to do next is just go and select your walls, which would just be the outside sections, and now we're going to extrude these. And now you extrude it by the height that you want. Just make sure you add a little bit extra to the top. So for our case, our USB is 5 millimeters tall, so that means we want to be able to connect it. We need to make two sections which clip into one another, so that means we have to make this the height that is half. So if the floor is 1 millimeter and we need a height of 2.5, that means we're going to use a height of 3.5. and then you'll see it's going to want to try to cut things away, so just go to operation and click join, which now gives you this, and I can see that mine had a mistake, so we can just get rid of that. Cool. So now this would be the bottom half of the USB. So now what you basically, now you can just print two of these if you want, and then just glue them together, or you can make a clip system. But what I want to do is I just want to polish up the sides, make it look a bit nicer. So I'm going to use fillets. I'm going to select all my corners, which I want smooth. So that's going to be all the corners inside and outside for me, just so it looks better. So I'm just control selecting all of them like that, and then just make it a small distance. So I'm going to make it I'm gonna make it 0.5. Okay, cool. So now we have the pieces, we have the half of it designed. So now all we can do is we can export this and then send it to a 3D printer, get it printed, and then just glue them together with our USB, and then we've done what we want to do. So now to basically get this as an STL file, what you do is you select it, go to utilities, and you'll see there's a make which says 3D print, preview mesh, and then just make the refinement high, turn off send to 3D print utility, just click OK. And then just label it something, and then just click. Okay, cool. Now we're in Cura, we have our file imported. Now what we want to do, you set your settings, and you just, of course, slice it, save it to your disk, and print it out. Okay, cool. So I have my filament set up. Just gonna put the USB in, or SD card in, and start the print. So select it, and then just go find our file. There we go, USB, and it will start heating up. I'll be back when the finished product is done. Cool, so now the print's done. So what I'm going to do now is I clamp the two pieces together, applied some super glue, and that's all for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.